Nah, for
What you
real
want to do?
though.
How you
Nah, it's cool. Let's get to it. For real.
what
With the Circle Podcast. Hey yo, it's a
where
conversation.
did that come from?
Men doing men things for real. Today we got my man Dr. Guest. We're gonna have a great conversation. We're gonna have fun. And we're gonna learn some things too. Dr. Guest, you should tell us a little bit about yourself. We're gonna go from there.
Okay, bet. So my name is full name Owen Guess, Dr. Owen Guess. I am from Greensboro, North Carolina, born and raised.
Yeah.
Went to North Carolina A&T for my undergrad, Clark Atlanta for my master's, back to A&T for my doctorate degree. I own my own practice now, going on 3 years now, in the Raleigh Durham area in Cary. It's called Neji Trev. It's named after my son. It's my son's middle name, abbreviated his first name. And so it's Neji Trev LLC.
Okay.
Yeah, so we do hybrid, and so it's a hybrid type of practice. So it's virtual and in person.
Yeah.
And I'm one of 15 people in the US that uses gaming and television to help my clients just through the lens of dialectical behavioral therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy.
So the gaming part though, like
Yeah.
what you mean?
So the gaming part, it really, right, therapy is very archaic. When we talk about, people normally, when you guys probably think about therapy, like, oh, I'm going to sit down on the couch, I'm going to spill my guts, all that. Um, I like to modernize therapy to bring it into this century instead of it being like, I always say when I go speak, I say, we don't want it to be old, pasty, and white
Mm.
with things. So that's what therapy is like very blah.
Yeah.
So when we talk about using gaming, I want to bring people, I want to have people to have access to the things that we learn in sessions. So if I'm linking it to a game, you can say, hey, Owen, I think I'm good. We don't need to see each other anymore, all that. But all of our lessons being linked to a video game, you can say, oh man, I'm gonna pop in Final Fantasy. Oh man, this is reminding me about my sessions with Owen. So it's kind of grounding me when I probably get anxious, depressed, whatever, I'm going through it. So you're not just playing a game, but you're also, that's a lot of people's kind of like relaxation wheelhouse of
Okay.
just getting on a game and watching TV. So I want to link what we learn to the things that you do every day, as opposed to doing like, you know, the extreme stuff that you see on reality TV of, I want you to write a letter to your dead mama,
Mm.
and I want you to go to, I want you to go to Hawaii, throw it in the lava, throw it in the lava.
Right.
It's like, you're not gonna do that all the time.
Yeah.
So, but
That's
things are
new.
supposed
Like
to.
that's new for real because it's just like you said. Like I looked at therapy as just being generic. Like it's a normal. I'm about to. I mean, other than being virtual, I'm about to come in, sit in, talk.
Yeah,
They gonna listen, tell me what I might need to do,
right.
and that's just it. So just hearing the gaming aspect of it, like that's dope. That's dope for real.
When you say gaming, like when you say Final Destiny, you mean so the the experience is like playing the game expressively while I'm playing the game, I'm expressing myself like more freely because I'm comfortable playing the game, or is the
It's
game
reminding him.
attached to the session? Like, could you like elaborate
Oh
more?
yeah. So like some games you'll be following a character. So I don't get to the gaming aspect until I know like you can watch a television show that we go over and you can say, okay, this character's going through anxiety or this character's going through like a character arc that's similar to what I'm going through.
Okay,
So if you're playing like Final Fantasy, I'll say, hey, I want you to go and look at this character Cloud. Look at his trauma. I want you to focus. You're going to play the game, but you're going to play the game in the lens of Cloud.
okay,
So you're exploring his trauma. You're seeing everything that's happening to him in the game. You're going to be in control. You're going to go through losses and defeats. And so you're going to feel that because if you're coming in for anxiety, you're going to be able to identify with that character. It makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
And so
I
as
follow you.
opposed to it always being you, right?
Yeah.
I always tell my clients, I want you to look at life in a third person perspective, right? Because right now, everything's first person. You can't see your body, you can't see the mistakes, you can't see the thing that's around the corner.
Yeah.
In the game, you can.
Okay.
And so what that does is that starts to teach you how to step outside of yourself.
Yeah.
Like we've all had like those dreams where it's like, dang, I saw everything.
Yeah.
And then you wake up and that day, for some reason, you probably move a little bit better because you're hyper aware, but you're not anxious. My job is to get you in that space and be able to kind of allow you to flow better
Okay.
on a day-to-day basis.
So is that more with kids?
No, it's adults, man. Like I've had adults do it. Like my oldest adult I've had do it is 81 years old. So
And that, how is that though? Because I mean, at that age too, like with like your method of your expertise, like showing them like this is the game we're gonna play, blah blah blah, whatever. But at 81 years old and them not being as tech savvy, like how you
right. I'm there, right? I'm in the office.
so it's
Yeah.
one step at a time, ain't it?
One step at a time. And then plus it helps with your memory, you know. That's, studies show
So
that helps with like
It's trying to
Alzheimer's.
strengthen in all areas.
Yeah.
For real. Is most of your patients been like men of color, like us?
Yeah, that's what one of the things, if you look at like my psychology today, it says I really want to focus in on men of color, but I have people of all races, genders, social, sexual orientation, you know, it's whoever wants therapy, I'm here.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. I know I was speaking with you earlier, like off camera, like pretty much just like my whole thing of not going to therapy.
Right.
Like I don't know your background. I know my background. I don't know if you can relate to me. I know you're receptive. I know you can understand. I know you can give me advice.
Right.
But at the same time, like the advice that you can give me from the experiences that I went through, like how valid is like your advice to me?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like that's what I struggle with, you know what I'm saying, with going to a therapist.
Right.
Especially like a brother, like we the same.
Yeah.
You get me? But at the same time, we not.
Right.
So like how you deal with that? Or really, I'm asking for myself to be honest with you, because like I wanted to try the therapy. I get told all the time, go
Just
to
don't
therapy.
feel
go
like
to,
you
you get what I'm
can't relate
saying?
to me, or he
but
gonna
I
be
can't. Yeah, I'm not
really
I can
hearing me
talk
out.
to B. I can talk to them. I can talk to them because I know they background. You
It's
get me?
comfortability too.
It's
like
comfort. A brother,
like
it's like a brotherhood. Like man, shit, we did it. Like we know we get it. But coming to somebody like with your profession is like, what even drove you to it? Like, did you go through that? Did you experience that? Did you see somebody go through it that made you want to do it? Like, what is it that even got you to there? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Okay. I mean, like that's hella layered,
Yeah.
real shit. Like, so I always tell people we all are different, but some of us share the same experiences. Like 4 Black guys.
But when we don't,
Right? But we don't, but it's being able to acknowledge it, right? If it's not my wheelhouse, I'm gonna tell you, dog, that's not my wheelhouse, but I'm gonna give you a suggestion. A therapist's job is not to connect with you in terms of we live the same way, right? Because at that point in time, you're gonna say, why do I need to go to this therapist? What are they providing me that's different? What are they doing to challenge me?
Not to relate.
Right? It's not I can relate to you, but I don't want to project my crap onto you. Right? Like, I'm sure you've seen like different like other podcasts and other things, and you're just like, dang, that person really going through it. I can tell like they went through some stuff.
yeah.
Right? And you're like, why are they giving advice? Like, it seems like you're helping yourself while you're talking to this person.
Yeah.
I always tell people that's not the type of person you want to go see.
Yeah.
Right? You want to go see a person that's going to challenge you and be able to say, okay, cool, I might have a family member. Me and my friends, we joke, right? we all come from different demographics in terms of socioeconomic stuff, right? We always joke. I say, dude, I had great Christmases. You know, there was a dude on Def Comedy Jam. He was like, oh, my cousins, they grew up in the hood. I had great Christmases. They always had presents under the tree. But he could still relate to his cousins because he was a black dude. He may not have lived in the hood all his life, but he's like, okay, I can get it. But there's some things I don't get.
Yeah.
But I know Christmas time, I'm gonna be the cousin where y'all gonna come over to my house.
Yeah.
You're gonna make sure there's some food on the table. Y'all gonna play with my presents, all of that, right? I don't bring my ego into it. So if you tell me, oh, you don't know this shit, I'm gonna say, I don't. That's cool. But are you here for me to relate to that? Because you could do that with anybody that you know grew up in the same area you did, live the same lifestyle. But are you trying to rise above that?
But I mean, yes. So I can say that because like with my homies, like I can talk to them. You get me? And it's that. But if they ain't at the same mindset that I'm at, I can't talk to them. So I'm talking to them without literally talking to them. You get what I'm saying? So when I go to you, I'm talking to you for you to listen.
Right.
I come to the barbershop and I can talk to Mike, I can talk to Beef, and I'm talking to them to listen, but they're being receptive of what I'm saying. And they're giving me the feedback like, well shit. He 11 years older than me, you get me? So it's things that I went through. He been seen already.
Right.
But
And
I
as a
think that's
therapist,
comfortability too, though, right?
It's comfortability, but
too, though,
it's
right?
also that experience of like, how did you manage and deal with this? Because if I'm at the mindset to be receptive and you tell me like, man, try this, I can't come to you and be like, man, I did this, and did this. Like,
What makes
how you
y'all?
gonna tell me to,
I can answer that question wholeheartedly.
yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, I've had somebody come in my office and have lived your whole thing and I guided them through it. We, as we look, and this is not, I'm not saying this to diss anybody, because I tell myself this, we need to stop acting like we're the end all be all. We're that important, right? We're important,
Yeah, for sure.
right? But it's like 9 times out of 10, your life experience, somebody else has lived exactly that.
Damn, I need to hear that.
Exactly that. And that person probably has come through somebody's office and they said, okay, they were receptive. They may not have been as stubborn as some people are when they first come into therapy.
That's my issue.
And then it's like, okay, I'm able to guide this, right? And people say, well, you haven't gone through trauma. And I'm like, okay, dog, you probably have stories that you can say, oh, and you probably don't know. You've never lived it.
Yeah.
And I can say, dog, I know stories of people that you probably like, is that out of a movie? What the heck?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So and I tell my clients all the time, trauma is trauma. Everybody in this room has experienced a form of trauma.
Something.
It does, like when we think of trauma, it's like nobody touched me, it's like no. Like trauma could be for a kid who is high socioeconomic influence could be, oh, my girl broke up with me in front of the school. Now he messed up.
Like different levels of it.
Different levels, but it's how it affects our body.
Right.
My job is to be able to tell you how that is affecting your body and your mind and the way that you're going about things.
Yeah.
And how you're handling yourself in general.
So overall, like, traumas, okay, because people handle things differently. Like we all see that. So with things that's been handled differently, like, do you think that is a reflection of, how can I ask this question? Man, I don't even know how to ask this question.
I think I know what you're saying. Like it's kind of how we handle it and how we show it.
Yeah.
Right? And that
Because some
makes
people handle it a different way and they use it as that's my alibi. Like, because I went through this and I dealt with that and I did this, and that. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's our learned, when we talk about environmental stuff, right? Our learned environment. If I never saw a man handle stress, talking it out, and all I saw was, hey man, my dad came home, he got a bottle, he made sure he got something to eat, He drank all night, watched football. He ain't say nothing to nobody. He got back up and did it all over again. I know he was stressed out, but when he did that, that was probably the chillest I've seen him. He didn't talk about anything.
Right.
That's probably going to be how you handle things. You don't talk about something. You may not drink because you say, hey, you know what? I ain't like how my dad handled himself when he was drunk. But you might be doing something else. It might go towards sex. It might go towards like gaming. It could go towards you addicted to the gym.
But
Right.
do those things turn to addictions, and then addictions turn to something that's a mental problem, and then a mental problem turns into something deeper, and then that turns into a reflection of what you done experienced, and then that turns into something. You get what I'm saying?
But
Like,
that's anxiety. All I can say is you being anxious.
Is that shit real though? For real? Like, I hear that shit. I hear
Anxiety?
I never knew
no,
it
hold
being
on. Like,
anxious is.
no, for real.
Yeah.
Like, I hear people. Oh, I got anxiety. I got this. I mean, again, like you just spoke on it. Like, shit, what you see others do, that's what you tend to do.
Yeah.
Like, I seen my family handle problems the way they handle it. So, certain things I'm not gonna damn complain about.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah.
Right.
And I guess it's a big thing too, bro. But like, how much is it is an excuse not to deal with what you got going on?
Oh, we all do it. I do it. Right.
It's after being through it and witnessing it though. It's like,
But yeah,
at one point,
but-
like, man, we gonna deal with the same things that we seen growing up. But it's like,
everybody get anxious about
yeah,
something.
do we have to keep
You
dealing with that though? Like,
But the therapy part, like I'm not big on therapy. Like I
Yeah.
told you, I'm not big on. Do I believe in it? I want to, but I don't.
I'm the same way.
Nah,
I'm the same
for
way,
real. Do I want to believe in
Yeah.
therapy? I do.
Yeah.
Shit, I want to tap into it just to see what it's about. For
Yeah.
real. But what you gonna tell me that I don't already know? You gonna sit there and listen to me? I can talk to myself.
Do all the
Okay.
time.
But at that same point in time, you can talk and then you can have a person get to know you, right? You're like, hey man, I got friends, they get to know me, all that stuff.
I'm glad to say. So is that the business side of therapy?
What?
That's how y'all get paid? Shit, like
Monetizing
shit,
life.
I'm trying to figure it out.
No, but I'm saying, I guess in that answer, it's more of I want to develop a rapport with my clients
Yeah.
because I feel like it's fake.
Yeah.
If we're just coming in, it's like, oh, hey man, we're running,
When do you
running
keep
your
it
insurance.
separate though?
You know?
Like, how can you keep it separate when, like, for me to really care about what you like, you can't say that you're a therapist. Well, you can. You are, and I respect you. But just generally speaking, like, I go to a therapist, right?
Mhm.
You ain't never been no therapist.
No, I'm just saying, I go to a therapist, right? I tell them like some crazy shit. You feel me? Like, and they go home like after already dealing with about 4, 5, 6 clients.
Right.
You mean to tell me the rapport that you built with all them clients, you can't gain a connection through like how you treat them, or how can like you don't think about none of that when you go home?
Well, I do. That's why I have my own therapist.
You got your own therapist.
Yeah. I always
A
tell people.
therapist with a therapist.
So you have to go to a therapist.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm not getting this shit right now.
I'm confused
Hold on,
too.
yeah. You're a therapist with a therapist.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that doesn't mean something's crazy going on with me, but it's more so I do care because I've had clients. I've had like probably about 10 clients I've had for probably about 6 years and probably will continue to have them because, and I've watched some of my clients grow from middle school to high school to college age. And so it's more of if I know I care about my clients, and I feel like that's the only way people change is that a person has a professional background in what you're doing, and there's actual care in the treatment. I'm going to watch and see what's happening.
All right, now watch this though. Like my generation, if we go see a therapist, something wrong, you crazy. Because we use the wrong terms, like crazy, ignorant, dumb, retarded, whatever. We use the wrong term. So why is it that we feel like, man, I gotta go see a therapist? the outside world thinks shit, something wrong with you. Why did we adopt that?
Oh, I mean, you have to look at it in terms of that's a cultural thing, right? That's a Southern.
Some nigga shit.
No, and you say even white people do it. Even like Southern white
Do they?
people. I mean, yeah, you're talking about.
I don't never see nobody. I don't never see nothing wrong with white people.
You ain't
think
white for
something-
one. That's why you don't never
that's
see
one
it.
thing.
That's one.
But
That's
the
why you
other
don't never see
thing
it. You
because
ain't white.
it just like what they say. Like I think Chris Rock used it in The Longest Yard. He was like, man, what the hell is y'all mad about? Y'all white. You get me? But like compared to us, it's like, damn, like a black man, this shit be tough on us, bro.
And that's
Like,
why
it really be
and
tough.
That's
on
why
us.
you need. That's why 9 times out of 10, right? You're talking about if all 4 of us are going through heavy stuff as black men, right? And our DNA, regardless of what media wants to say about black men, our DNA is we're going to hold it in to make sure everybody else around us is okay.
Damn,
It's
boy,
the
you
weight of
tough.
the world.
You tough.
Right? That's what it is, because I have to do that. I have to feel like I have to hold things in because
There you go.
I'm a man. I can't show this. And I'm a black man raising a black man. I don't want him to see weakness. I don't want him to see that, but I do have to show some type of vulnerability.
That's what I
Sometimes
wanna
a
ask.
therapist is there to
Show.
say, hey, you can be vulnerable at this part where you're like, okay, cool. I can go to Owen and I can say, hey, man, this is some crazy shit that just happened, man. Or, hey, you know what? This is what's going on. I can't talk to nobody really about this. I'm going to talk to you about it.
Man.
Because guess what?
So-
you ain't got to worry about me putting your ish in the street.
Yeah.
You can sue me for that.
So what's
Yeah,
wrong
yeah,
with being? So what's wrong with being vulnerable? Like just period in the public. Like yo, nigga, I'm
we
fucked up. I'm
amongst
fucked
each
up.
other though.
Nah, that's
because
cool.
you know, bro, you
Nah,
know
it's
my
cool
story,
to,
bro.
like
You hear
to
me?
me.
Like
To me, shit. I wanted to be strong for everybody, but to me at this point, like shit, it's my people. See, if I'm going through it, I'm gonna let you go through it. Hey, bro, you gonna hear it.
But guess what? I guarantee you, Mike, it took you to a point.
Yeah, I had to break. I had to break.
A
Yeah, it took
breaking
you to,
point.
it took
I
you
had
to
to
a
break.
point in your life that you had to break and you did it by
See,
yourself.
this what we do with.
Right.
See,
Yeah.
we got therapists now. Here we go again.
but
We miss it. This we go again. I just said it. Like now, I feel like you're reading. I'm
I'm
scared.
not. No, it's not. That's not a therapy. This is me connecting you. This is me using it, right? Because
I
I
love
go
it,
through
though.
that with dating life, but it's more so I'm listening,
Yeah.
right? And this
Yeah.
is a lot of people, just that response
Yeah.
tells me that you don't have a lot of people that you feel like actually hear you.
Okay. I'm gonna say it like this.
huh?
Nah, it ain't so much hard, but like when you have been an ouncer for so long,
That's it right there.
when you've been an ouncer for so long,
it's hard to be heard.
nah, shit. The strong
hard to
people,
be
the
heard,
strong people
man.
don't get heard, bro.
That's
You
what
feel
I'm
me?
saying. It's hard
And,
to be heard.
Like
It's hard to be heard.
who do you
bro.
have to go to when everybody come to you?
Who do I have to go to? Like I said,
Nah,
one
I'm
have-
saying me. I want
Oh,
you the
you?
therapist. I want to know.
Who, me?
Nah, just period. I'm
You.
talking about me
In
and
general.
100 million more
Oh, you
people.
do.
Like
I mean,
when shit
support
get too
system,
heavy,
right?
who you got to go to?
Right? I mean, a lot of it is going to be who's your support system, right? If you're saying, okay,
What if you the support system?
then it's going to say, then you say, well, why do I need therapy?
So you
always
telling me
felt
now I
that
need
way.
therapy?
No, I'm
That's what
saying
I'm
to say,
saying.
like, why
I've
do I
always
need
felt like
therapy?
my own consultant.
But
Like
that's what I'm saying. That's not healthy, right?
It's
Because
definitely-
that's where you talk about why you look at all of our medical history.
Yeah.
Right? Why do we die first? This ain't like screen.
We
This
don't go
ain't,
to the doctor.
but still, but what is that cause from?
blood pressure,
Stress,
Stress.
Yeah.
How we do-
High
how
Well, that
So
stress the
with
kid.
that-
That stress the
the
kid.
kid.
right?
Yeah.
It's saying, okay, we know, hey man, you have a black man and a white man walk through the same doctor with the same symptoms, right? High blood pressure. Who
gonna
you
live
think?
long?
Who you think living longer?
That white man living alone.
Right? Because 9 times out of 10, what's he gonna do? He's gonna say, you know what, Becky, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go talk to this old man. You want me? Okay, I guess it's time to do it. We don't do it till it's our deathbed.
Us is gotta be that last straw.
It's that last straw, right?
But see, even then, it's hard with vulnerability because I think, man, this is me just speaking on myself. Like, I think I have a hard time because I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn as hell. I have a hard time with forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time forgetting.
Mm-hmm.
Like I ain't gonna say I have a hard time understanding like why,
Mm-hmm.
but I have a hard time with like the reasons behind the why.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? So like when it don't make sense to me, it upsets me. That's been my whole thing. So it's been a lot of things that I had to deal with. I had to struggle with. Like, you get me? Like things still to myself, like with myself.
Yeah.
You get me? Like that's been the biggest thing with me. And I think overall, like as a black man, like we had that issue with the
But
forgiveness, forgetting, the moving past, the working on ourselves. Like I know that's my issue.
But
You know
even
what I'm
with that,
saying?
bro, like everything we go through, like what you saying, everything we go through, what you dealing with, it's hard for you to forget, boom, boom, boom. But we still got to continue on. You ain't got no choice. And that's I feel like too, like um, as men,
Black man.
not black men, whatever. I don't know. I can say black man because I'm a black man.
Just for us.
But at the
That's
same,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
for
Like,
us, like when is enough enough? When can we take a day off? It's
that
hard.
be the whole
It's hard.
time.
It's hard for a man to take a day off. And I guess like me being in the position I am, like I see a lot of people every day, every week, kids, mentoring, doing whatever I do. Like shit, you got to be strong for so many people. When is it your time? Like the
That weight
strong,
tough, man.
nah, the strong doesn't get credit. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
when the strong need a day off. Shit, I want to take a day off. You can't.
You feel like everything gonna fall apart.
Everything gonna fall apart,
It's
bro.
going to.
Or
It's going to.
you're not being productive. You see what I'm saying? Because
It-
for so long you being that for everybody else.
yeah.
Like the day you want to take off, hey, I don't want to answer the phone today. Shit. But you're not being productive.
And it's gonna be on your conscience because I didn't answer that phone, so they just did X, Y, and Z, and I didn't do this, so this just happened. So it's always being the strong gonna fall back on you because you then, like myself, you feel responsible for them.
But there's a definition you're talking about. There's a different definition of strength, right? Like what's
We talked
What's
about the
the-
power of holding, but
but you're
it's
talking about like
yeah.
right. So as I can speak just as a dad,
Mhm.
I get the most pride in seeing my son continuing to do things independently, but him knowing he can come to me,
Mm.
right? That's because I've laid down boundaries. I've laid down things to say, hey, this is what you're gonna do, this is what we wanna do, all that, right? So when people say, hey, if I take off, shit just gonna go to hell. I say, okay, cool. A day, right? 9 times out of 10, a day in hell for that person, you're probably gonna be able to make up for in like 5 hours when you get back.
What would you call, bro? You spoke on boundaries. We spoke on that last weekend, like just talking. All right, say you don't have boundaries, and I guess it is still some kind of boundaries or whatnot. Like, yeah, people think that they actually get over on you, but at the same time, you learning how to judge those people. You see what I'm saying?
Let them
Like,
think that.
huh?
Let them think that.
That's what I do though. Like I let people run over. They knock down the walls, whatever. Like, oh, I'm getting over on Mike, this, boom, boom, boom. But you truly not. I'm just, all right, now I know how to deal with you.
about
You
it.
feel
Right,
me?
and
Now,
then-
now I know to deal with you.
Then the other part in boundary setting,
Yeah.
because I do like a whole course on boundary setting. I use Family Matters for that.
So I
Need
so I
them.
gotta
Hey, look, I need them.
yeah.
Family
So
Matters,
we
right?
definitely got to tap into
Hey,
you.
I
Good
use
gracious
Family Matters
alive.
for it, right? So like, there's an episode that I use. Well, there's a whole thing where I use the Stefan character, the archetype there, where he kind of changes in Stefan various times in the show. And the third stage of ideal self, I say, is boundary setting. Boundary setting, I always tell people, you set boundaries for them to break. Society tells us once you set a boundary, people are supposed to go by it. That's what it is. It's like, no, your boundary is going to break. that once that boundary breaks, you see what you're responsible for when it breaks.
Yeah.
You rebuild your side of it. Until that person sees what they did, you leave it open. That's not leaving them open to come back to you. What you reestablish is saying, oh, you can't come through this way. To go through the wall that you broke, that's going to your issue.
Yeah.
That's going to your ish. So you always have to live in that. I'm just not living in your ish, making your world a great reality.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to be able to say, okay, let them go through the stuff. And then when they're ready to come back and rebuild their part, that's when the real boundary stuff actually happens. Does that make sense?
It
Makes
do,
sense.
but when you
Yeah.
care so much, it's
You can care, right? It's like this, bro. You
I don't
can
watch
care.
it, bro.
No, you can care. You can care. Dude, like I can tell you, everybody's
tough,
had somebody
man.
where it's like you care, but then it gets to a point where you say, you know what? I can't care more than you.
God, dog.
I
what?
can't care more than you. If you care more, I tell my clients all the time. I say, I'm gonna rock with you. I will rock with you. But if I see that I'm caring more than you, I gotta be like, yo, this
What
gotta stop.
So what it
But
say
what
about
if
me
you-
then?
What if you ain't got enough strength to stop?
That's what I'm saying. What it say about me then? Because guess what? I can care, and I can tell you shit. I tell motherfuckers all the time, look, I can care, I can not give a fuck. You hear me? But in actuality, I do. If I
Look,
tell y'all I care,
You
I
weak.
tell y'all I love you.
He weak. That's how I look at it, right? You weak.
We can say that, but again, that's where we talk. It's like a whole different conversation where you talk about what does masculinity look like.
Who cares? Who cares?
No, but that's what you're
But
saying. You just said you're weak.
Yeah.
You just said you're weak. So
I'm
you
cool
can.
with being weak.
But
I'm
you
cool
can,
with being
but-
weak.
But you
majority
cool
of
with being weak with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're damn right. I'm cool with being weak.
That's
with
what
me.
I'm saying.
But
So,
the people
at that
that I
point-
love,
That's what I'm saying. Because you were saying
ain't-
you was the same thing with me.
what?
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, man. Fuck, you don't want it that bad, but you still gonna make it happen.
That's why I don't like talking to therapists. Like, they got you get to,
But that be the whole
you get
thing.
to pulling
So
shit. Nah, cause we
when
talking crazy
is
too.
that? Is when, bro? When do I can't get
He
myself to
did.
that, bro?
He did his job.
We've
Look
been
at him, bro.
talking though, but
Nah, I've been talking.
No. Me and you on the side note, like, man, bro, like, man, I talk to this nigga. If
I'm
not
a
every
therapist.
day,
I'm a
every other
therapist
day,
too.
you hear me.
I'm Dr. Michael.
But it get to this nigga is wild. But it get to this point, it's like, bro, this and that. Shit, who else gonna do it? Or what is it gonna be? And so what you gonna do? And it's, you know what I'm saying? And it takes
Let me
me
ask you
back
this.
to
As a therapist, and I know you got clients, when is enough enough?
that's the answer. When is enough?
And
enough?
yeah, when is
With the
enough
client,
enough?
I mean, if you don't see any growth, for me, it's more so okay. It's like, hey guys, we've been doing this for 6 to 8 months, and I cannot say here's a positive thing. If I can't say, well, this is a positive thing, where I see growth, where a person say, oh, and I feel like I'm the same. If I'm in the back of my head, like, yeah, dog, like I can't see it either. Like,
So you really ain't chasing
yes,
that bag no
it's
more
like,
then.
you know, but here's the thing. I always tell people, like, when people say therapy is like it's a business, like everything, right? You cut hair, right? You own,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So it's like at the end of the day, what feeds your family is going to be. I'm gotta make sure I got heads. I gotta make sure I got people paying rent.
Yeah.
All of that, right? But at the end of the day, you care about the people that come in, right? You become a part of the community.
How much mental capacity
Right.
do
You
you have
become
to care
part of
about
it.
that many people?
But
Like, and like he just said something great too, like the mental capacity. Like you said you have a therapist because you have to take in so much.
right.
Being a barber, like even, I mean, I don't know if you go through it though. Like I don't want to say I hear that bullshit, but I hear people's life stories every day.
Yeah.
Shit, overwhelming.
Right.
Sometimes I gotta decompress.
Right. But that tells me that you care a lot.
Yeah, too much.
It tells me that you
I
care.
don't want to care no more.
But you can't unwire,
can't.
right? Wait a minute. You
Can you not care no more?
Can you cannot
Being a
care?
No.
Yeah, can you just
Can
say
you
that?
not?
Like I say it a lot. Like
Right.
You don't see no improvement from him. Can you not care no more?
It's the character
Cannot-
trait.
like,
You can't-
then what?
Say that again?
I was just saying, it's a character trait. You can't not care. You can't
Exactly.
become not a caring person.
Right, but it's about how you
can-
allow it to affect you. It's
you
the
can
difference.
become numb, I think.
It's how about how you
Numb
allow
to
it
not
affect you.
caring though. So you still care. You just gotta a bigger band-aid.
Don't even know you caring, but you caring.
Yeah, because you're
That
still
Band-Aid,
thinking about.
hey, they
Man.
said that
It's about
Band-Aid will
impact.
kill you too, though.
It's
bro.
about the impact.
Yeah.
That's the stress we talk about.
It's about the
going
impact.
back to that.
When you talk about stories, it's about impact. I remember my undergrad, we did some crazy case study, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it!" And my teacher looked at me and said, "Owen, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" He said, "I don't see any emotion on your face." And I said, "Well, I grew up." And you asked like, "Why did I get into it?" I grew up. My dad's a therapist, and so I would hear stories about just people's lives. And I knew the world was crazy by the time I was 10 years old. I heard some of the craziest stuff, like how everybody gets crazy. Like, oh my God, did you see that SVU episode? I heard that at 10.
Man, you know what I seen at 10?
So like,
At 10 years old?
Yeah, I heard that
I
at
wasn't
10.
hearing
You're
that.
no- but
I
you're
was
no-
seeing things at 10.
Yeah, but
But-
you're normal.
Right?
That's what I'm
Like,
saying, bro.
you can't really. I guess you can't do it though. Your normal is not somebody else's normal.
And your normal isn't somebody else's normal. My
Exa-
normal is
exactly.
somebody else's normal
Yeah.
that's been through my shoes. That's what I was saying here.
Yeah.
I'm saying like he's trying to find somebody that's like, okay, that's me. But at the same time, it's going to be like, okay, cool, you can do that. You can find that.
But if
have
you
to want to.
profess that, if you are a doctor at that and you can, you know what I'm saying? You can break this all the way down for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I told you even before, I was like, man, I did some studies in psychology because I want to know people and how observant I am and like how I just sit back and you know what I'm saying? Like I've done that, but at the same time, like, man, I don't know. It's difficult, bro.
Oh, I think it's a
It's
lot of
difficult,
this.
man.
The basis of what everybody is the vulnerability aspect. It's the vulnerability aspect, and then it's also going to be how open are we to actually hearing what a person has to say based off of what we said.
meaning what?
So, like, if you're telling me, I don't know, your deepest darkest something, right? You say this is the thing that's
Very young man.
you know what I'm saying? Right? You know what I'm saying? But if you're saying like something that's really heavy on you,
Yeah.
right? And then you're like, okay, you're just expecting, like, oh, he's just gonna say, okay, yeah, nod his head, whatever. And if I say, well, okay, dude, like, I'm hearing this, you're like, oh shit, here you go. He picking apart what the heck I just said. I'm like, well, no, that's something that I see just off of your facial expression, your body language changed as soon as you got here. This is where the stress is, or this is where I can tell you're harboring a lot of stuff. We need to really explore that. 9 times out of 10, as black men, nobody's ever done that for us. Nobody's ever said, like, let's sit here and talk about this because now you're like, oh shoot, I'm not accustomed to that. That's hella uncomfortable. I don't want to do that.
So with your dad being a therapist, so this is just me outside looking in. You a therapist, your dad a therapist. This is like you had a structured life. You get me? So what you may not know your father's story. You know what I'm saying? But
I know my dad's story.
oh,
Absolutely.
so is that the part that took him to being a therapist? Like I wanna
My dad wanted to be a DJ.
okay.
My dad is from
that's a
my dad
that's way-
my dad was he is the second youngest boy out of like I don't think 12 or 11. My dad's from Denmark, South Carolina. He went to Voorhees. He wanted to be a DJ. He can tell you any like as soon as you hear a beat, even to this day, he's like,
tell you.
this is where this is at.
That's
Boom,
his
boom, boom.
natural
Like
love.
this is the simple.
Yeah.
Right. No, but his natural calling is what he did. His natural calling is what he did. My dad has saved so many lives. Point blank.
Yeah.
But he came from nothing. No, I mean absolutely like gutter nothing. My grandma passed away when he was 13 to breast cancer. He never heard a positive thing from my grandfather until my dad was in college and somebody in the neighborhood, he went to the barbershop. My granddad went to the
I
barbershop.
always thought it's
My
always the
granddad-
barbershop.
My granddad went to the barbershop and somebody said, you know, your son is doing really good for himself. He's going to actually make it out of here. My dad went over to the house. My granddad told him that. He said, he was like, my dad never gave me a kiss on the forehead since I was little. That was the first time he said he said I crumbled like a little bitch.
So do we have to have that though?
What?
Like we have to have that no. Like a lot of us think we have to have that okay from somebody.
No, but it's not. It's more of my dad knew, but it's more of like he sees me, right? My granddad saw my
Yeah.
dad for the first time of who he was and the man that he turned out to be,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of times as black men, we don't get that.
And that's
At
okay.
all.
That's okay.
No, it's not.
It's not.
No, it's not. Your existence means something.
So we need that.
What you're talking about is that slavery mentality.
So I'm
That's slavery mentality.
I'm still
in
a
terms of-
slave.
In our mind, right? What we talking about now, you're gonna be like, okay, now he's dropping stuff.
Now we getting somewhere.
Now
My
we're,
boy
now we're
phone
talking,
Yeah. Now
Now
we
we're
getting
talking
somewhere.
about
Yeah.
when we talk about theories.
Yeah.
Right. There's a dude, Carl Jung, talks about how certain demographics pass down a gene that it's a trauma gene, essentially. Right. Jewish people, black people, Latino people, all people that have come from oppressed stuff and are survivors of it. That's embedded in us.
So you saying I need to wake up every day and say, hey bro, you gonna be okay.
No, it's like it's not. You don't have to go and say, "Hey, bro, it's gonna be okay." But if you see, like,
steps
"Hey,
to it.
I'm coming here," and a dude,
Steps
I
to it.
feel like, "Hey,
ain't gonna change
I'm comfortable, right? I'm comfortable coming to Mike,
Yeah.
and say, "Hey, Mike, this is what's happening," right? And you say, "Dog, everything will be okay," and the person respects you like that.
Yeah.
And you say, "Dog, okay, everything will be." Oh shit, you know what Mike said? Everything will be all right.
So that don't mean it's gonna be okay.
But it's
Yeah, no.
it's like I see you, right? There's a difference. I know there's a difference. Doesn't
I
matter.
do it
like-
all the time. I do it all the
Have
time.
you have you found fulfillment in what you do?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so you're a barber, y'all love what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? You're a therapist, you love what you do.
No, you can't
So,
say that. You gotta ask me.
Okay, so for
You
the
gotta ask me. You don't
fulfillment,
know you don't know if I love what I do.
now, I know you love what
Now,
you do.
you do,
because
but I'm just
we
saying, you
talked
said
about-
it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get it.
but go ahead.
So, but that's what, so early on in your life, you knew like I want to be a therapist because
You did?
No?
I did. I wanted early on in my life. I wanted to be a basketball player. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to do something that wasn't my dad because my dad was so successful. I didn't want to be in his shadow.
But reality hit.
No.
But why not
What
be a
was it?
reflection of him and live
I ain't
his
want-
legacy? Like, or make your own legacy? Or I get
Well,
what
that's
you're
what I'm
saying.
doing now.
I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm doing, but it's more of I didn't want to be. I was always his son, right? It's like you always is hearing, like, okay, oh, what your daddy did. You
Yeah,
know, it's like okay, cool, but it was more of my dad didn't and push me at all. It was more so I took a class, psychology.
Shit, my son a
So
therapist too.
I
so
took
just
psychology.
imagine
You're a therapist too.
imagine your father not being there.
Then
Can you
what?
do that?
Imagine my dad not being
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
a therapist,
Yeah, no, not a therapist, nothing. Like imagine you
nothing.
did
Not having one.
right?
You're a
Not having a
therapist?
structure, not having
Not having
male
no
role
structure,
model
none of
at
that.
all
Imagine-
to be
imagine
able to
that.
look at that, right?
Then,
Yeah.
yeah, then what?
Then what? That's going to be.
He
it's
can't
gonna-
answer that question.
No, I can't. I mean, I can.
cannot
I can't
answer that
I
question,
can't answer
bro.
that question.
You can't say what he can't answer.
How can he say
Shit, we about to hear it.
About to
Alright, go
hear it.
ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Go
saying.
ahead.
It's like I can't. Can I say what I would do? But I can say what I've seen, right? And the difference is when you say one of the reasons, I can just, if you don't mind me saying things that we talked about.
Hey,
right?
I got
If
you
don't-
here. You say what
right?
you want to, bro.
But it's more so like, people come to you and say, hey man, my son needs to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, 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 boom. And it's just like, you may not know it, but you just know of people, of things, situations that have happened.
Right.
You say, hey dog, don't go down this, go and get that scholarship. Make them pay for what they got to do.
You always got to say what's right.
Do
Why
what you gotta
we
do.
can't say?
Right. But that's you having a clear mind, right?
Okay, yeah.
That's what community brings. So my dad didn't know. I can say just off of my dad tells me this story all the time, and that's something that I want to impart on my son, right? My dad has always told the story of his family and where they came from, and I continue that.
Yeah.
So being able to say, hey, you know what? You may not know something. My dad didn't know what he wanted to do. He stumbled on it, going to college, those type of things. If the person is nowadays college is too expensive, you know, people don't want to go into debt. They said, hey, dog, get you a craft. When do we really, like, that's what people used to tell people. Get a craft, make some money, be an electrician, do something, right? And then 9 times out of 10, that person that you saw was successful after they went and became an electrician, they stumbled onto somebody, right? They stumbled on and said, oh, somebody really told me this. While I was working on somebody's house, this guy taught me this about what he's doing. So, you know, you're really good at what you do. Have you ever thought about doing boom, 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 and expanding yourself?
So with the structure you had, like, what you expect out of your son?
Oh, I mean, off rip, one, for him to find himself, number one.
So you don't expect him, like, man, be a
I mean, he's
therapist.
already told me. He's told me. I mean, my son's, he's told me, like, he did what I didn't do with my dad was I never told my dad, I want to do what you do.
Mm.
The only thing that I told my dad was, Dad, I'm not moving far away. I always want to be near you. I always want to be near you. My son has told me that, but then he said, Daddy, what are you doing? I want to do that. I want to do that.
How'd make you feel?
I mean, it's cool, but then I'm like, dog, you don't know the hustle you gotta do. It's like I want you to do
But it's
something.
what you instilled in him, though.
You know,
Like, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? He done seen it through you, and it's like, I see what my dad got to do, and I seen like the late hours in a, you know what I'm saying? So I think he know probably I'm not sure how old he is, but he know what probably come behind it. You know what I'm saying? So how do you like, even with that, bro? How you navigate through life, like just dividing the two?
Mhm.
You get me? Like, cause you are a 24/7 therapist. You got a kid.
Not so.
That's my
no-
dad. That's
yeah.
dad.
So
I think that's two
you got
different.
so you a son. I mean, you have a son.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
And
two
then you
different
what?
things, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, guess what? The same way you guide your clients,
Uh,
it's the same structure you gotta give your son. Like, you know what I'm
to an
saying?
extent, but that's where you say when people say what overlaps. It's like how I tell my clients. I say there's some people have certain conditions, you know, when it comes to their mental and emotional health. I always say we're never defined by that. You're defined on who you are as core, who you are as a person. I know people that have bipolar disorder that are evil people, regardless if they have bipolar or not. I know people who have bipolar disorder that are the sweetest people I've ever met in the world. And they have structure, and when they might go into a manic episode, they know what to do to make sure that it's not affecting people. And if they say something, the people around them know it's not them, it's their disorder. There's a difference, right? So it's more of like, I'm a dad.
you got a disorder.
How do you know you got a disorder, bro? It's like, it's
They
legit.
gonna tell you something
It's-
wrong with you either way it go.
It's more so, it's like,
That's what I think we don't want to hear, though.
Yeah,
Like, we
don't-
don't want to hear it.
a lot of people don't want to hear it, but it's more, I can say it's the younger generations are more open to it
Yeah.
now, right?
Because what? They giving them a reason to go shoot somebody?
No, not to go shoot somebody.
But at this generation,
Not
this is
that-
what they're
I
gonna
don't
use it for insanity.
I don't think
Or-
like we talking about like certain kids, certain whatever them kids. But I think truly it's not all the benefits of touching certain people is different than like he's saying go shoot people. It's a certain genre that's gonna go shoot,
Yeah,
wanna carry the gun.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
But that too also come with like who you influenced by. But I mean, and I totally understand that, and like a lot of the today is influenced by things they hear and see.
Talking about the kids we know. You talking about the kids we know.
Yeah, and I'm
The
just
kids
talking
we
overall,
don't know.
like, but the ones we don't know, even still, is like
But that's household, right? That's what we talk about, household and community aspects of more so of what are you willing to expose kids to,
But I've seen structured households and kids turn into what they want to turn into.
right? There's no guarantee. I'm not saying going to therapy is going to guarantee a kid not doing some bad shit.
Yeah.
What's the benefit then?
What's the benefit is that kid allows, I've had kids that have told me, I've had kids tell me things, and then I'm able to then talk to their parents and say, this is what we need to do to be able to get an actual plan. As opposed to a kid telling a parent, and then the parents are getting super defensive, super reactionary. Oh no, we don't do that. You're not gonna come around. And I'm like, well, hold on. This is what he or she said. Let's do it this way to allow the kid to have some type of say so, some type of leadership. Because in a black household, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be like, no, this is what I say.
Right.
I'm what I say do, right? How often do you actually have somebody that's an adult that your parents listen to that are going to say, okay, that's going to bat for you as a black kid? Not a lot.
No, it's not a lot.
It's not a lot. And so that's where you have to kind of look at and say, these are the reasons why therapy is positive, just to be able to say, I'm not here to tell a parent how to parent. I'm here just to say, hey, here's an idea, and this is how this idea could possibly help.
But I felt like too is what you said a little while back, like on one of the podcasts we had shot, like the discipline ain't the same. You get me? And I feel like that's influential, and it can definitely make an impact on kids' decisions, like, and just overall. You get me? Like, it's like what you said. Some kids just need their ass whooped.
Yeah, that
and-
part. But I mean,
I'm just saying, like, when it comes to that, say, man, just say, oh, you came from your mom and dad, they was together. All right. Well, you had it, you get me? So, like,
I mean, you on a panel with right now,
Yeah,
like
three of us-
all us come from single parent homes. Why do as black? I want to ask this too though. Like, why as black men? Why do we struggle to get help?
Why do we struggle to get help? I mean,
Shit, get to it. For real.
I mean, I told you, I know
as
one of
black
my
men.
problems is I'm just stubborn, and it's like,
yeah.
I don't want to be weak, and I don't want to be this, and I can
Again.
talk to him,
No, yeah.
but he ain't a professional
No,
at it. He
it's-
can just tell me his
Like I said,
experiences
I talk to
through
people.
it.
I talk to people every day. Sometimes I get good advice. Sometimes I get bad advice. Shit, however you take it, that's how you take it. But why? Why is it like we can't just? It's not cool for us to call you.
I mean, that part is going to be more so
Not just you. Just
anybody.
I ain't mean to cut you off, but like it's hard for us to call a white man, be like, look, a white woman, whoever, let me talk to you. But it's cool for me to talk to my man. He don't know shit because he got his own problems.
Right.
He got his own problem. I need to talk to you. Are you listening? Are you getting a bag?
Right. I guess say a lot of times you can pretty much, I always tell people, you can tell. You can. In
I can.
terms-
Okay, go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead. Yeah.
If I'm seeing a person and I've seen them twice and I don't remember, which a lot of people come to me and say,
Yeah.
like, I recently had a young man say, I've never had a therapist. He's had 4 therapists at the age of 16. And I was just asking him actual questions and listening to what he had to say. He said, I never had somebody ask me that. I said, what? He said, no, I've never had a therapist ask me that. I've never really had somebody really pay attention. A lot of times, if a person can't remember who you are, you can tell. Like, when somebody walks up to you, like, hey, how you doing? Like, "Ooh." And they wait for something to trigger. They be like, oh, yeah.
But that's the other
old buddy.
scary part of it.
Right? But that's where it's more of,
I can come to you 30 times, bro. Like, I can come to you 15 times in 2 months.
right?
Man, you got 100 other people you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So what make
What makes you different is the fact that this is your time. This is
We get
again,
you got the notes, but I can tell you right now, I can tell you things he told me 15 years ago.
right, and I can like I just had it. I just had one. I've had clients come back, and their whole lives have changed, and they just have to tell me one detail. I don't see them or whatever. Tell me one detail. Oh, you're the dude that did. How do you remember that?
Okay,
I ain't taking no notes either.
That's what I'm like. I'm not looking at the notes because this is people after I've left the practice I was at that found me at my own practice. How do you remember that? Oh yeah, But again, it's more about the person. I can say a lot of times in therapy, one of the big things people don't care. That's one of the things that people don't, as a therapist, like coming on to things like this, don't want to say. Just like there are barbers who don't give a dang about your hairline.
talk this shit, bro.
Great shit life.
Like, can we change? Like, is it something we can do? And I know that's a stretch too. Like, how can we change that mindset where it's okay to talk to a therapist? Like, at my age, like, you know, I fall under that umbrella. Like I told you, like, I don't believe in therapists. Like, I want to. I want to see what the hype is about. But what can we do to change that? Like, going forward, what can we do? What can we say to people? Can we change that mindset as black men? Because a lot of black men, we're not gonna see a therapist, bro.
Well,
Like,
a lot of it is going to be your experiences. Like I said, people follow.
yeah, it's
Right?
definitely about them.
People follow. So it's going to say, oh man, my wife telling me I need to go see a therapist. You know how many times people say like my boy actually went to a therapist. And now I'm like, okay, well, if he went there, I guess I'll go. And like for me, I always tell people, if we're going to a therapist, there are certain questions that you have to ask that therapist to see if that's the therapist for you.
So I guess
That's the consultation part, right?
No, that could be the consultation, could be your first session, but it needs to say, okay, are you comfortable?
I can't pay
being
you for the
challenged?
first session when I don't even know if you're gonna
Just consultation.
be able to. I mean, I get
right?
you.
But then how much you gonna get out of 10 minutes? Though?
Can you
Yeah.
open?
can't
Can
get-
you
you can't
open
much
up
out
to a
of 10
stranger?
I think that's my part.
Me personally, can I
can't.
do that?
I
Like,
can't.
lay it.
Time.
That's time.
That's time.
But
Like,
even
that's-
laying it all on the line, bro. Like,
That's time though. I don't expect the new client to come in and tell me everything off jump. If a therapist ever pressures you to like come in off jump and just spill your whole life story, run.
I got a question.
That's
let
run.
me ask Big. Being through what you ain't been through in life, can you go sit down with a stranger and tell him everything in your life? Now, within the
Having this dialogue with him, I can see me doing it. Before then, no. But having the dialogue with him, I can see it.
I gotta get
So
to
that's
know
the thing, though.
It's affected, like it's caught up with, like not caught up with you, but it's affected you in a manner of where you look at it differently.
Oh,
Like-
well, yeah, hearing him out, because like hearing him out and him saying that him being a therapist, he look at it outside the body or like in a 3D so you can see everything. Like Mike said earlier, the community, us, young, old, whatever the demographic, you don't want to look for help because you don't want to be judged. When we chop it up with our homeboys, they listening to us, and you feel comfortable chopping up with your homeboy because they are your homeboys, but you still hold back 25%, 15%.
Because you don't want to get that judgment.
And it's the 15, 25% that's why you want to have a conversation. So you really just kicking it just to
kick the shit.
spare time. It's like drinking when you got a problem. You kicking it to spare
Passing
time,
the bottle.
but you're not gonna really tell Mike like why I felt like I got my divorce or like why I felt like it might have been my fault. I'm gonna tell Mike what's fucked up and why I fucked up or how I feel like it's fucked up. I ain't gonna tell Mike why I feel like I did wrong. You know what I'm saying? But see, with a therapist,
how can you tell your truth to? It's like this too, though. That's like laying your truth on the line to a stranger. Like, I can't tell my man.
The only thing you can trust is them not telling somebody you know.
But you're my man.
Yes.
You're my man. I really can't lay my truth on you because you may go say something, not wanting to, but you may have to.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? With you, Yeah. That shit crazy. That I don't, like I said, I ain't
That's a
big on.
relationship though. Mike, that's a relationship. You talking about this is I always tell my clients, we're building trust. You are here to challenge me.
I just
And
met you.
that's cool. I get it. The
So now
same
you
way
saying I
that's
got trust issues.
and then guess what, right?
What
The same way somebody comes to your chair, they just met you. Right? They just met you. They trusting you with their head.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, you know what? This I like the way he do this,
people
man.
care about
I
their
like
head.
this. I like this. And now, as the year go by, I'm sure you guys have noticed with like kids that you have, the kid ain't saying nothing to you, then all of a sudden they hit a certain age.
Yeah, it's cool.
Hey man, Mike, let me tell you this. Da 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 da. And you're like, whoa, what the hell? When did this mug just start talking to me? Like,
But man, like you a therapist. I like your vibe too. Like I told you, I said I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna see what's going on with it. I'm gonna tap in with you. But I'm doing it off the strength like everybody else doing it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't even know why I'm calling you for.
Right.
Like shit.
What signs?
Whatever. Yeah, that too. We don't, like whatever hill I gotta cross, I'm gonna have to cross it by myself. Like me sitting down talking to you, you're not gonna push me up that hill, are you?
part of me, I am. Part
Really?
of it. I'm here. My job is one is to identify the hill.
Yeah.
Then I'm walking up there with you. But guess what? It's like, I don't know if you guys have watched like the challenge, like Blue MTV, the challenge or whatever.
Yeah, that part.
But it's like, okay, cool. I'm there. I'm your partner. But
Yeah.
then the host say, hey, now this is your solo race.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, okay, cool. But then guess what? You fall. I'm not going to allow you to fall to the bottom.
But
of the
is
hill.
that a sign of weakness? You need somebody to get up that hill with you.
Ah, that's human. Human nature. We are social creatures. We're social creatures.
Is this some new shit?
Why?
'Cause
Yeah, that's what I'm
Is this
saying.
new? you
What?
mean? Is this new?
It's not new.
I don't
My
think,
granddaddy didn't have nobody push
He
him up that
did.
hill. He did? Who?
He did. He may not have told you the
Yep.
same way our grandparents did tell us about like the 5 extra families they had.
Yeah, I get that part.
It's like they have. You have a tribe, right? It's like everybody, especially like communities like now millennials. We talk about, oh man, I gotta find my people. I gotta find my tribe. I gotta do this.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Right? That came from, because guess what? You sat down, you listened to your grandma, she had all these people, your granddad had his boys or whatever. All of that. People that galvanized, people had the church, all those things. Every culture has something that brings people together. And you're going to go to somebody. It may not be publicly known, but you're going to go to somebody and you're going to say, well, talk to me about this. Help me out. Right? This is the big thing, right? We need to stop thinking that we can do it on our own, because we can't. There's
Is
certain
something wrong with
aspects
that?
in life.
Is something wrong with it?
Yeah, I feel like fundamentally that's something wrong with it, because
Ain't
you're
that
not going
That's
to,
how we structured
Nah,
though.
but
As
yeah.
black men.
as black men, but that was how we were told to do.
So,
That's
not
how
so
we were
much
told.
told. I can't so much told or what you seen, because
Programmed.
yeah, like
We're
me,
programmed.
I
Look
don't.
at-
Yeah,
I know we
definitely
didn't wanna-
programmed. Definitely programmed.
I know we didn't want to talk about like women.
You ain't had nothing to talk
Right,
about.
but we're talking about. I'm talking about. I know we didn't want to talk about that, but it's more so of saying like, we as black men, again, we can only talk about it just based off of American blacks.
Yeah.
American blacks. We had to look out for ourselves. We couldn't, as a man, back in slavery times, we looked out for our family. What did they do?
They pull us apart.
They pull us apart, or they would break you in
Yeah.
front of everybody to where
Sell
you
you.
would not dare
Yeah.
to do that again.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, how do you process that? Like, how do you process the healing part of the treatment? Like, after being pulled apart,
He can't heal you.
He
Can't no.
How
Can
you
a therapist can't heal you? Can he?
can help, yeah.
Shit, I need to holler at you.
so
That's
how you process after the treatment? Like,
How do we
what's the
process
healing?
after?
What's the healing process after the treatment?
So after the treatment, you should be done. But I'm
Yeah.
saying, but in terms
Are
of,
you though?
you should be, if you're telling me, like a lot of people say, A lot of
What
people
if
say
it's-
we shouldn't be in therapy your whole life. And I said, well, there's nothing wrong with it. Doesn't mean you have to be there every week. You can be there 2 times a year for a check-in to be able to say, okay, you've advanced far enough, but you say, you know what, I need a basis here. I need somebody to come in and be like, hey, Owen, oh, dog, I ain't seen you in like 6 months. Yeah, dog, I did that on purpose
You
so
need
I
a
can
little
live my
touch.
life.
You need a little touch
Yeah,
up.
yeah, exactly. They say, hey, let me figure this out. But the healing process is one, I always tell it's first, it's the human connection. It's always that.
Is therapy taking the man from the man?
Is therapy taking the man from the man?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that means.
I don't either. Like that. Damn,
I
like
mean, is it stripping you of like
Nah.
being who you are, like your
Nah,
vulnerability?
I mean,
and your,
bro, this is new. I
it's definitely
love
new.
I love hearing about
It's
it.
definitely new.
But
Therapy, I think, brings you to being the
A
man
man.
that you're supposed to be.
therapy bring you to being a
I think
man.
therapy brings you closer to the man that you're supposed to be rather than you hiding from the things that you really want to talk
That's
about.
dope though. Saying that because I think I hide from myself sometimes.
I hide for myself.
But what signs that men need that you need therapy? Like what's the sign?
The moment you start thinking about it.
Like the beginning when you overthinking.
No, just the moment you start thinking about it's like one, if you're not thinking about therapy, right? If you're not thinking about therapy, if you say oh, therapy is not in my mind, and just a general sign. One, if you're overwhelmed and you're feeling like I can't talk to anybody, right? A lot of times it doesn't need to be like a big thing. It can say, well, you know what? I really don't want to mess with Mike today.
Yeah.
I really don't feel like doing that, but I really ain't got nobody to talk to.
Meaning the therapist.
Huh?
You said we
No, he's saying if you need therapy.
Talking Mike is the
Like, yeah,
therapist.
if I don't, like, if you just like Mike's your homeboy, and you just like, man, I've been doing a whole lot. I ain't trying to get on this nigga nerves. Like, he done hurt me, bitch, all this time. I need some time. He's like, okay, cool. That's one sign. If you are isolating yourself, which a lot of us do,
Yeah, definitely.
if you're isolating yourself, you need to go see a therapist. It
What if
doesn't
you
mean,
talk to your dog?
I mean, depending on how you, depending on how you talk.
So if
to
you
it.
have social anxiety, that's a sign.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I told you I'm a social introvert. Like I'm.
So is that, I would feel, I mean I would think I am too. So is that a sign?
I'm an introvert.
So is that a sign?
How when you a
But you said
therapist?
You say you have a
Yeah,
therapist.
you got a
you
therapist
take
too though.
up.
Here's the
You
thing.
take talk. I don't care to talk.
Being
to
an
new
introvert,
people.
right? There's
Like
it was hilarious. My algorithm must have known I was going to talk about this today.
Right.
There was a video. I think LL Cool J was on a podcast. He was talking about introverts. What that really means. People think introvert means you're not social, like you said.
right.
Introvert just means that okay, you're very guarded of your energy. You're very guarded. You're very sensitive. So it's like for me, I remember I went to a wedding and I told people like, I'm an introvert, and people said you're a therapist. There's no way that I'm like, no, you will know. I will shut down and I will boom. But when I say like when you isolate yourself, isolation and being an introvert are two different things.
Okay. For me, for example, I talk to hundreds of people all through the week. So when it's time, like my day, when I know my week ends, like on a Friday night, I'm cool. Like, and I've got worse with it in time where like on Friday night, when I leave the barbershop, I know my week ends. I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm cool with sitting home by myself.
That's you recharging.
That's my recharge.
That's you recharging.
I don't
When
want to
say-
answer the phone. I don't want to do nothing.
that's
But
you
it's getting
recharging.
bad. It's getting worse with time though.
But then that's where you say, okay, cool. If there's something that I need to talk about or decompress, and being able to say, okay, clearly the people that I have that are calling me, I can't say this shit.
It's always a want. When my phone rings, it's always a want. Ain't no,
Right.
hey, how you doing, sir? What's your day look like?
Right.
None of that. No.
Right.
It's always a, what can you do for me? You feel me?
How you deal with experiences? Like how do you advise new experiences? Like something that you never encountered. Like
What?
with an individual. Like what you been a therapist for how long you said?
Like 11, 12 years. Shit.
All right, 11, 12 years. Just say just something you never heard before.
That I've never heard before?
Yeah,
How do I deal with
from-
experiences that I've never heard?
From all your clients. and it's just like a new experience, like something. How would you advise then? Like, how do you react to that, or how do you take them through that journey?
I mean, a lot of it is going to be, again, people live similar experiences, but if it's something brand new, I'm going to kind of look at it. And what if they trust me to help guide them through it? I'm going to look at the baseline of what's common, right? We oftentimes look at the extreme, like, oh my God, right? That's going to be the initial shock that you're going to feel. But as you kind of siphon through it, you kind of say, okay, what led to this? You always want to know what led to this. How is my client responding to it? I need to be able to ground their responses, especially if this is something that's happening on a regular with them right now. How can I ground their responses for them to see what they have in control in this situation? Because a lot of times people feel like they don't have control of situations or they want to control other people in those situations. And I said, okay, that doesn't sound like a person you can control. How can you deal with that? So 9 times out of 10, I'm dealing with a person's reaction, grounding them, and then setting them up to kind of have little experiments when those things happen so they can see the control that they have.
Okay, when you said dealing with a person's reaction, as far as like putting up with something, that's pretty much saying when we tell ourselves, shit, it is what it is. You're putting yourself in this position to continuously worry about whatever the situation may be, the person, object, whatever it may be.
Right.
But when you go about it as if it is what it is, you're staying in that zone or space to where therapy is needed.
Right. I mean, you're allowing that to, you're taking losses, right? When we say, okay, it is what it is, I always tell people, get to where it is when you know you've done everything that you can do. Don't just say it is what it is so you can just dismiss it.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. We say, oh, it is what it is, whatever. And now it's
I don't
piling
care.
up.
I don't care no more.
Yeah. Now it's
I don't
piling
care,
up,
yeah.
right? And now you have to deal with it. And now you're dealing with like 10 feet of trash.
Let me ask
Like,
you a
we dealing
question
with
too,
10
though.
feet of trash before it
Everything.
even.
Being a
Well, you
therapist,
supposed to be
is it
talking-
hard for you to maintain? And again, we ain't talking about women. We'll say relationships. Maybe a female, male, whatever the case may be. Is it hard for you to maintain a relationship like that? Like even your homies,
Personally, or
personally, whatever the case may be. Because like going into a relationship, you may be able to read a person and realize like, shit, they fucked up. They fucked up. They fucked up. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So is that hard for you as a therapist? Like for us, we don't realize it. We'll go,
You do.
yeah, we do, but we ignore it. You see what I'm saying? You see the signs
So what
early.
makes you different than me?
I'm a barber.
I'm a therapist. That's what I do.
You got
That's
a
not
title?
who I am.
I ain't got no title.
You're a barber. Does a barber just define you?
Nah, I
See, that speaks volumes because him saying it like we're a barber, you sit down and you get to bringing up
But
your
you hear a lot of that shit. But guess what? As barbers, and they gonna hear that shit. As barbers, a lot of times we hear, but we don't listen.
Right.
You
But
feel
I
me?
can listen, right?
Yeah.
But it's a check off, right? When I date, right, people will find out I'm a therapist. One,
Yeah.
it scares
Yeah, it's spooky.
people, right?
Very
Because they
spooky.
think I'm analyzing them.
Yeah, every time.
And I'm like, unless you do some crazy shit.
Like I have customers that are therapists, licensed therapists. And like having a conversation with them, they call back like, "Oh, Mike, boom, boom, boom." Like, okay, you analyzed me the whole time. You wasn't talking to me as a friend.
Right, but that's that's the separation. That's where we talk about, and I'm not saying anything about your own clients or whatever.
No, that's
the
cool.
only
Yeah, yeah.
thing, because even when I was doing like adjunct work and stuff like that, I would always tell students, you separate. There has to be separation. Don't run with your ego. I never wanted to be a doctor. I never wanted to get my doctorate.
But you are?
I am. I never
Seeing
did.
them not on
Right,
them.
on it,
Right.
yeah.
No, I am.
Yeah,
right?
you are.
Because life circumstances, in terms of like my dad was like, okay, you're doing all this stuff, might as well get a doctorate.
Why
And
not,
people
right?
are going to respect you more
Yeah.
because of that. But I always looked at doctors or people who had their doctorate as arrogant people. They would always throw that out there. I'm Dr. Such and such, so you need to listen to me. And a lot of times people, and this is what, God rest his soul, Professor Morat was at A&T, was my intro to social work professor. And he was a mentor for me throughout before he died my junior year in college. He always said, half of the people that get into your field are doing it to solve themselves or be able to control people.
That's why I
You
wanted
have
to get into
to,
it.
you have to differentiate yourself and be able to figure out who you are in it and who you are out of it. People don't do that when they have a degree in social sciences a lot. It's more of like a doctor or a surgeon is like, I know your body, I know what's going
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
da,
yeah.
da, 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 da. And you're like, okay, but the best ones separate. They'll lock in when it's time to clock in. If a person is analyzing, I'm like, dude, you're not turning off. So that tells me this is an ego trip for you. This is
Yeah.
an ego thing for you that you have to analyze people. I'm not telling people that have degrees not to look at people's, behaviors.
Yeah.
But I don't. With my barber, I'm not like, yo, B, man, you were talking about this. Have you thought about boom, 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 boom? If he wants to talk to me about something, he's gonna come to me
But
and talk to
sometimes
me.
you have to get off work sometime too, though, right?
But yeah, absolutely. You want to do
Yeah.
that. But if a person is doing all that, I would say, okay, that sounds like an ego trip to me.
Yeah.
That sounds like an ego trip of I'm the smartest person in the room.
You don't
And
want to
I
be in
can do
that.
that. And
You don't want to be in them rooms.
right. Because I don't want to be the smartest person in the room.
You definitely
I
don't.
don't.
You get tired of being in the
I
room.
don't. Like this was a story when I had my doctorate degree. When I was in my doctorate program, um, Dr. Brooks, I think he's still over at A&T. He's a really good professor. He had us look at literature where people were just talking, looked like Star Trek language or whatever,
Yeah,
or that you
yeah.
couldn't understand it. And so you had to go in in the class and talk about it. I just told him, I said, dude, I don't know what the heck you wanted to get me to get out of this. I can't understand this. This makes no sense to me. And he said, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. Nobody said that. To be a doctor or to be helping people, you have to have an open mind and you have to be willing to learn from them and be able to grow. A lot of people aren't like that.
Let me ask you something too. On the flip side, I know they always say therapy helps, but can therapy hurt?
Yeah. Like any relationship.
A lot of people don't. They don't. I mean, like I said, I ain't even big on therapy. I want to tap into it, but like, a lot of people just think therapy is a blessing. Like, yo, you go to therapy, you're gonna make everything better for you. Like, go sit. Bro, you going through something? Let's go to therapy. Everybody want to run to therapy now. What if therapy leads you down the road you don't want to go through? Like,
Or is it leading you down the road that you have to go through, but you uncomfortable? But
say it again.
Is it leading down the road that you have to go through, but you're uncomfortable,
That makes sense too. That's
right?
why I'm like talking to therapists. Like I'm talking to you now. You keep confusing me, making me think. You keep
I
making
mean,
me think something wrong with me.
He want to have a therapy session.
it's not a no. I mean, shoot,
Nah, it's
it's
cool.
all good, but
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
all
it's
good.
not a confusion. I think it's
Yeah.
more of, oh crap, I have to think about these things.
Yeah.
I've never been challenged to think about these things, and then it's more so. There's a mixed bag of therapy, right? Couples therapy. I always ask when I see a couple, I say, who asked who
Yeah.
to come here, right? And a lot of people go to couples therapy just so they can say, oh, he said the same thing I said. So you need to listen to what I say at home.
We gonna do it. Here we
Right.
go. We gonna do it.
And so I always say, okay, if I know who's coming, who told the other person to come, I'm going to make sure I know everything that's going on with the person that's challenging the other person to come in because you're in your comfort zone here.
Right. Right.
And oftentimes, that's going to be my males that are
But
uncomfortable.
in couples therapy, like I don't get this shit. If they don't damn agree to come together as one,
They divide 'em.
the wife may say you need therapy. The husband may say he needs therapy. I mean, that shit, man, I don't get that shit, bro.
Oh, but that's the thing. The way that I do it, if people come in for couples therapy, and a lot of the good couples therapists do it, is they'll say, we're scheduling the same day or the same week.
Right.
I'm going to talk to your wife, then I'm going to talk to you. Your wife is going to be by herself. You're going to be by yourself.
And you're going to make that relationship better.
No. I'm going to see where she's coming from without having to hear you chirp or her feel intimidated. And it's vice versa for you. To where it's like, okay, this is what's going on. Now, the first time we're together, nobody can say, oh, you saw Owen before I saw Owen, or you weren't able to say, you over-talked me the entire time. Now he on your side. It's like, okay, you're coming in. I know your side. I know your side. Now I get to analyze and see how y'all act together.
You think like us taking that analysis or the feedback, you think that's been an issue for like us?
What you mean?
Like, how can I say this? We in therapy together.
Mhm.
And just us hearing about ourselves, you think that's been an issue for like
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it is, one, it's the embarrassment.
That's big for us, like being embarrassed.
Being embarrassed because it's like, I know just off of, it's like, dude, I don't want another nigga know what the hell's going on, or somebody coming telling me like, how I'm handling my household ain't right, or how I'm talking to my woman ain't right, and you don't know how I feel of why I might be saying things this way. Like, that's there.
Because you don't want to share everything. Like,
right?
That'd be the hardest part about that part.
Yeah, you don't want the judgment aspect, and you don't want a person labeling you and feeling like, well, you don't know the whole picture.
Yeah.
You only know 50 minutes to an hour of what I'm allowing you to know and what he or she's telling you. You don't know the background of everything.
Yeah.
And that's where I say, okay, you have to be able to see. I always tell people that feel that way, advocate for yourself in sessions. Say, okay, this is what we want to talk about. Don't just allow the other person to dictate the subject matters that's going in, because guess what? 9 times out of 10, the therapist knows you're being put in a situation where you're uncomfortable and you're not going to open up and you're going to look like the bad person. So you need to say, no, this is what we need to talk about. And then I tell people, you need to have your own therapist outside of a couples therapist.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's just, that is what it is. A lot of people are like, oh, that's a lot. But I'm like, 9 times out of 10, your personal therapist, you should have a relationship with them. They'll be able to guide you in terms of what things you should be bringing up in couples.
In life, period. Not just couples therapy. I'm saying in life, period, bro. Like, everybody goes through something. You, me, him, boom, boom, boom. We all go through something.
Mm-hmm.
How do we start a healing stage? Like, where does the healing stage
Humility.
start? Accepting it.
In humility.
Yeah.
Your healing stage starts in humility and understanding that you need the help. Right? I'm not comparing. Well, I am comparing it because I'm using it as a comparison.
Yeah.
But what's the first step of understanding that you're an addict? The acceptance.
Yeah,
the
your
humility.
acceptance. Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Why we can't accept it though? What's
I
wrong
think
with
it's
that? What's wrong
I
with
think
that
as
though?
individuals we can.
Like,
It's just we don't want to admit to it publicly. Like, I can tell myself, like, I got this issue.
But why you can't let somebody else know you got those issues?
Because you ain't gonna trust them.
That's a part of the embarrassment and the judgment. Like,
they're gonna.
you know what I'm saying? It's a part of that. But somebody, I can tell, like,
judgment.
Yeah, I can tell you. Hey,
So
I
you
got
care
an
what
issue
people
with
think about you.
Nah,
Not so
it ain't
much.
that. But like we were saying, that 15-25% that the conversation is based off, you really don't want to talk about that 15-25%. And if you do, are you gonna are the ears listen to where? And it's not even about constructive criticism. Are the ears listening enough to where they're gonna give you back what you're looking for? Instead of getting done and then me going.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like,
they can't talk to me about this thing. I mean, can you believe this, bro?
As a man,
that's not how that 9 times out of 10 that's gonna happen.
as a man,
Gonna open up about
if you're going through it, put yourself in the right room where the people you're talking to may listen.
Yeah, shout out Circle Podcast. This is what we're doing right here.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing right here. We bringing people together, having a conversation.
When do you know? Oh no. What should you be looking to get out of the therapy? Like if you tell yourself you have this issue, the signs that you spoke about, if you have those signs and you willing to go to therapy, okay, what should you be looking for to get out of the therapy session? Like should you meaning if I want to open up to and go to a therapy session and talk about my past, father, lack thereof, financial, whatever barrel that it might be on me, when do you accept that the information you got from the therapy is it was told to where like okay that was a problem, like you said earlier, sometimes you know when your client didn't get pushed up didn't get pushed up the hill enough to where now you feel like man shit they bullshit, like I've been talking about the same, it's like what's a spinning wheel.
Yeah.
So okay, so what should the client be looking to get out of if they open up to a therapist?
Okay, so this is going to be the thing that we're talking about a lot today. I always tell people you should feel uncomfortable your first couple of sessions. You should feel like this person's pushing you. And it's not, it's not, the whole thing, right? It's so I remember I had a client where they legit told me, I'm uncomfortable. It's not you. It's just the things that you're asking me. Nobody's asking me. And
Okay.
you're making me think. I didn't know that I was going to do this. If you feel like that, it's okay, you're in a good state with therapy. But then if another thing you should look at is a lot of people say, oh man, I think with Wale's album, what's it?
A lot about nothing or something like that.
Yeah, Power Problems, something like that.
That's it.
Power
Yeah.
Problems, right? Where he was just like, therapy, I'm just throwing money away. Basically, it was like, yeah, I'm just talking to a dude that's my friend, just saying shit. I'm like, there should be some type of camaraderie there. You should feel like, okay, there's a connection. And a lot of people get scared off of that.
Is that the first step of? That's the first step, I guess, of having a therapist. Is just having that connection. Like, oh, see, that's hard for me because, man, I ain't gonna know I got no connection with you off of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trips.
You would.
Like,
okay, if you are seeing,
because I'm that closed off of a person, bro. Like,
but you'd be surprised. There's a difference, right? It's like it's like you think of everybody's gone through it. I don't care how much of a player anybody thinks they are. Like people, I ain't never gonna fall for no girl, man. I ain't never gonna fall for no woman. Ain't no woman gonna get me open. Da 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 da. And then guess what? They done talked to her 10 times about some real shit, and then you like, dang.
Let me ask you this before we shut it down though. How many people run to therapy because they scared?
Of
Anything. Like shit, it's your last option. You fear it.
yeah, I mean, they be scared. A lot of people come because of court ordered. A lot of people
that
come
part too.
because it's
When you run out of
As you get
options,
there.
when they run out of
how you
options,
get
they
there.
coming to you.
it's how you get there.
Yeah.
But it's not about if you run out of options. It's about are you willing to stick through the process. That's it. How you come is like the church, how the church should be, right?
Yeah.
Come as you are, right? If you're coming and you're like, hey, I need it, I need this, okay, cool.
You take people that run to the church.
Huh?
When you take people run to the church, a lot of times they scared. They ain't ran out of options. They need
Right.
something.
But then it's going to be what is that church giving them that's providing them room to grow and advance spiritually.
Yeah. Same thing with you.
Okay, so with that being said, the church should be giving them, and you said spiritually, the church should be giving them the message, the dialogue, the folk fiction of whatever story that God has in the Bible or the message from the preacher.
Hope.
So hope, yeah.
Yeah, hope.
So is it safe to say? Well, I ain't not gonna say that because I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about
even know we need to get in religion.
Yeah.
We don't need to get in religion.
But so is the therapy session still will it be safe to say, no matter what, me coming to you open up, and I'm not putting words in your mouth, but if the sessions went from what, two to 5 or 5 to 12, is it safe to say that I'm not taking heed to my therapist, and or is it that no matter what, I can open up to somebody, friend, therapist, but
May not change shit.
it ain't gonna, yeah, like looking in the
It's
mirror,
just you
I
don't
got
wasting money
my,
talking to
my
somebody.
help, or the now, like the mentally you, or physically your community, your camaraderie with your homeboys. But if you ain't gonna find it spiritually, which I can't find it in my therapist, you're gonna help me with my problem, my issue, the 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 healing, instead of putting a band-aid on it. But if I can't swallow my own pill, pride, spiritually, look in the mirror, what I mean, is like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing. Or not saying it's the same thing, but if I can't open up to you and understand what you're telling me to fix my problem, it's the same thing as looking in the mirror
Going to the church.
and not
I don't
going to
think-
church and
I don't-
yeah, like if I don't find my problem in God, how me talking 10 sessions gonna find the problem?
Again, me, like, the spill over, like, yo, I'm gonna come talk to you. You gonna give me the tools to get through whatever I got going on. You gonna listen. But I think that, well, really, the healing starts with me internally, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It starts with you, but then also it's going to be just like with the gym, right? You can go to the gym all day, every day, but what you putting in your body outside the gym?
You got an answer for everything.
Hey,
bro.
look, I was saying
Yeah, you
thinking
got
the
an
same
answer for
shit.
everything.
I
Well,
said,
I
God
can't
damn,
beat
what
you,
if,
man.
what he can answer everything?
It's tough.
No, but it's legit. It's saying, okay, cool. Like I can hit, PRs, everything I
Yeah.
want to. But if I'm not eating right and if I'm not getting sleep, there's work outside. We can do the work inside. But if the therapist that's why I said getting a therapist that challenges you,
Right.
if I'm at session 6 with you and I'm like, okay, I don't see nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, I'm legit gonna say it just like this. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing outside? What do you mean, Owen? What are you doing outside? I don't see, tell me what's happened, what's changed with your relationships outside. If I don't see any type of growth or a little bit of turmoil, and the turmoil comes from you advocating for yourself more and setting boundaries, the buzzword, I know you ain't done shit.
Okay.
You just coming in here to bitch. You have to do the work outside because that's how you see the growth. Because I'm able to pinpoint and say, oh, this happened, this changed automatically. Did you not see that? And 9 times out of 10, you're too busy with life, you're not really seeing that. And it's like, oh shoot, that did happen. And I was like, yo, you notice, oh, girl ain't say XYZ today. Oh shit, oh, you right. I didn't even notice that. I just so Yeah, you're reactionary. Thank you. Now you're on the program. Now we're dealing with your reactions.
Sometimes I kind of said it to you earlier today. Like sometimes like your growth is kind of delayed. Like where you're right now ain't like you're right now. You get me? Like and I've experienced that. And I've embraced my right now. You get me?
Where you
But,
supposed to be, that's where you at. That's how I look at it.
I also, and I'm heavy on that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I also do believe, like what I said, like sometimes you're right now
But that's true.
might not be your right now.
But that's true, right? You can grow. We've all changed at some points in our lives where we didn't benefit when we actually said, I'm changing. It took 2 years after that change.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, now things coming in?
Yeah.
What the heck? What's going on? That's therapy. Therapy, and a lot of that is because you changed, that requires other people to change. I think I told you guys that before we talked.
Yeah.
For this, it's like when you go to therapy, it's not just about you. It's about the other people around you. And you should be seeing who around you is seeing your change and is going with the program. And then also seeing who's fighting the change that they see is happening in you. Those are your problems. Those are the people that are going to make you go back. to the way that you were. That's where it's a big word, homeostasis, right? It's when we change, we actually do change, but we have to identify the people that are affected by our change and how we try to alleviate them of them changing. So if you're working on your anger and you're at home and you're like, I ain't started an argument. Now all of a sudden the girls start arguments. And then you're like, man, you know what? If we arguing already, I might as well be the one to start this shit. You're taking that burden off of her and say, see, it's not me. You're the one doing it. Now we have to figure out why. And then guess what? She done sent you to therapy. Now it's saying, well, it's time for you to go. Because when guys hear my girl sent me to therapy and all this stuff, I say, well, guess what, dog? If you're in therapy, does she have a therapist? That's my first thing that I
Do it to
say.
save relationship.
But you should never do that.
Yeah.
You should never go to therapy.
Sometimes you don't want to lose that peace.
But you should never go. That's where you talk about. That's because now you're being reactionary coming into therapy. You're coming to therapy based off of fear.
What is therapy about?
That's it.
Therapy is about realizing yourself. It's not about fear.
I
Do
just
you
asked that,
do you
though.
get any relationship off of fear?
I just asked, do you run the therapy when you
Have
scared?
I went into a relationship off fear?
Do you
That-
get to
No,
it? Do
he
you get
was
to
saying like generally.
like I'm saying like
no, that's what I'm saying. Like,
do you start a relationship?
meet new
No, you
people
don't
off
start-
of fear.
Okay,
You
but
meet new people out here because
Like-
you scared?
Not scared. It's
But what-
just
fear is scared.
my genuineness and like how I am to people is.
Hold on. You said you meet people out fear.
Because I'm closed off. So
That's the difference in terms of, like,
protected.
law.
That's
He
what I'm
weird.
saying.
He
Not
weird.
being,
That's some weird shit.
not
I'm
being.
saying-
I ain't fearful of nobody.
You just said it though. You weird.
I'm
There's
talking
nothing
about
wrong
fear
with
of
being
loss.
weird, though.
I'm talking about fear of loss. When we talk about
Yeah,
when you
that
start a
part.
relationship,
You get what I'm saying?
About you.
I know.
No, he's saying like.
I'm talking
He's
about
saying like you
overall
getting ready
to
to
protect
lose.
myself.
Do you
I'll-
run the therapy because you're going to lose something, right?
Yeah.
That part. That's what he's saying. You
That
talking
part,
about?
yeah, like,
but you said you
I ran
gonna
into
meet
it.
That's
somebody
not-
out fear.
No, not meeting someone and establishing a relationship with a girl. I'm talking about overall people. I don't put myself. Put myself to people to have me.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like-
normal. That's normal. But when I'm talking
That's what
about,
I'm saying.
I'm more so talking about when you start a relationship. You never want to start off of I'm going to lose something because it's like
Not want to lose something. I'm talking about when you into a situation where it's like, nah, we need to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
You need to go to therapy.
But
Guess what I
not-
done done?
But not.
I done
even
damn
there-
sure got a therapist
But
now.
then guess what? Guess what you're measuring the therapy off of? You're not measuring the therapy off of your growth. You're measuring the therapy off of does this relationship, am I still gonna be in this relationship?
Yeah, like you trying.
So it's not a bad-
How
that's
many
not a
people and try to
success.
save a relationship? Hey, listen. Before we break up, let's do therapy.
Exactly.
Y'all already broke up just saying the bullshit.
Exactly.
You already saying this
Exactly.
shit. Like
Exactly.
before we break up, let's go to therapy. Hell no, we done broke up already.
Yo.
That's where when you do that, that's when you say, hey, are we coming in here to actually grow and start a new relationship?
Yeah,
Am I
renew
doing
it.
Or am I
Or
doing
are
it
we
for you?
trying
Renew
to
it.
doing this to salvage what's already been
But
established?
as men, because we speaking on men, the Circle Podcast,
That's what
guess what a man gonna do? Before you walk away from there, I'm gonna go.
I'ma go to
Let me go
therapy.
talk to
I'ma go to
Dr.
therapy.
Guest.
Dr.
Let me go,
Guest.
yeah, we'll go talk to him.
We gonna talk to Dr.
I
Guest real
ain't
quick.
going nowhere.
There
You know I
go.
done had a session with Dr. Guest, right?
And that's why I'm by myself.
Yeah,
now.
right. Circle Podcast, bro. We did it again. I appreciate it, bro. Dr. Guest, appreciate
Dr.
you for
Guest,
coming
for
out.
sure, man, for sure.
Let them know where they can catch you at, man.
Yeah, just catch me on NTV. It's like MTV, but ntvtherapy.com. Book an appointment. We got you. If anybody wants a female therapist, we do have a female therapist.
And also remember, it's okay
Yeah.
to not
Be
be okay.
okay.
I like that.
We
Word
outta
up. Circle Podcast, we
Appreciate it.
done.
here. My guy.